Mike. No, you can't see it.
Israel. We have the ISUPK started off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Started off 1969, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Make sure that we put a no affiliation sign to no other nations. If you're not part of the 12 tribes of Israel, you're not of the Bible. It's really simple as that, right? Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the greatest people that ever walked this earth. We are God's chosen people, as it says in where we at Deuteronomy 7 and 6, right? Grab that when you get time. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. The Most High. We're teaching Lashawan Qadash class here. I think we're doing. Want to go over some sentences where it says choose. What do we got? Some words and numbers we put together for you. We teach the ancient Hebrew and the Assyrian Hebrew right here. We have our chart over here. The Lashawan Qadash class. Lashawan is language. The holy tongue is Lashawan Qadash because Qadash is holy. It means, literally translated, holy tongue. Okay? Qadash meaning to separate yourself. Separate. It's the only way you can be holy is to be what? Because these heathens are not holy, right?
Right.
So the Lashawan Qadash class, we teach the holy language. The ancient language as it began from time, right? Then we have the Assyrian language that we gathered when we were in captivity. That's on this road here. And it sounds a little bit like this. Abba Gada, Hawazaka, Tayakala, Minasa, I Patazak Parashata. And that's of course that's the English down here of what I'm sounding out. But in actuality, up here, that's how it sounds. But how it looks in English, how it looks in Hebrew is up top. Those words. That's what our Hebrew looked like back when we were in the kingdom. Of course, we're teaching that right now, right? And we're teaching in the Assyrian when we got in captivity, back in the Syrian captivity, that Abba Gada Hawazakataya Kalamana Sa, Ipatala Parashaba sounded the same way, it's just that we use different symbols. We reiterate every class, we have 22 sounds. We have vowel sounds too. Hey, listen, and remember, while you're in class, if you can conduct yourself and behave yourself in a soldier manner or a sisterly manner, we'll keep you in class, right? Just sit down, shut up, and don't make any derogatory comments like we had last week, but hurry up with the vowels, stuff like that. If you do that again, we'll drop you, right? Simply from class. So be expecting that. I'll drop you quick, all right? We will not tolerate that. So don't come here. If you're fake camps, fake groups, come here, sit down, listen, and learn from us. Learn from the pros. Learn from the people who have mastered this language. Learn from the ISUPK, the home of truth. If you're not in the home of truth, you're in all these fake camps and purple camps and all of these wannabes, all these HOI, GOCCs and IUCCs, whatever they is, you're not in the truth. So you want to learn something, get over here in ISUPK and we'll teach you the Lashawan Qadash class. That's what I said. I said it. Now, if you don't want to, we got a officer. You see something over there suspicious, just drop it. Right? No problem, right? No. So let's get started in class. Right? Who got in the class so far?
Officer Nayar checking in.
Right.
And we got Sister Alicia Mardakis Rip.
Okay.
And that's it for right now.
Good. All right. Well, we got more people because this is like a Friday night's class, right? Where we have people checking in for class. Checking in. They're learning their ancient and Assyrian Hebrew online pretty much. Sometimes we have people that check in actually into class here, okay? And like I said, there are two types. Remember, there are 22 characters in the Hebrew. So when we say Abba, Gada, Habazaka, and so on and so forth, that's 22 of those. Now, of course, in the Assyrian language, we have 5 extra symbols. What do they call Officer Nayak? There's 5 extra symbols that are in the Assyrian language. What are they?
Ending characters.
Ending characters. Characters. What are they needed for? When they occur at the end of a word,
how can I say that?
That's when you need the ending characters, right? That makes sense? Okay. And so in actuality, there are 27 sounds in this Syrian language. That's just the way it works out, right?
Right.
But in Hebrew, the top row up there is where you get symbols as such. And I'll go over a few because I realize people just starting off. You know, this is a Friday, people drinking their yan, man, sitting back. They're drinking their water, my yam, and they're eating food, and they're getting acquainted with class, you know. But to let you know that looks like that in Hebrew. That's like the first letter or the first sound. Looks like this, right? Okay? That's in the ancient, right? In the Assyrian, it will look like this. Did I do that right, Nayar?
How can I say that?
Something like that, right? Yeah, it looks a little bit like that. And that's the difference. That just happened to be one of our vowel sounds. I'll call it one of the sounds that occur all the time, right?
Right.
Of course, here's one. We have right there, right? What sound is this? It's an I sound. So when you have words like zarai, which means seed, you use that. And of course, it looks like this in the Hebrew. It goes like this. like that, something like that. Okay? All right, that makes sense? Can you tell what these are?
Hong Kong.
So when we have words like ah, ra, let's spell it right. Ta, za. What is a ra, ta, za then? What does that mean?
Oh, it's like about me. That's Earth, right?
Earth, right? Exactly. Exactly. So Aratazah means the earth. So if you notice, we use So we transliterate that. We'll say right? We'll say ra, right? And then we'll say tazah. Okay? That looks right. So we'll say ra, tazah. And we use, what do they call these? They are
Connected.
those connectors. And what are they used for? What are the connectors used for?
They are used to damn. Something to
I say how come I don't join these two together? So it's used to make its own
sound, yeah.
sound.
Right.
So when I say then I say, what is that, a ra?
Okay.
You see it over there on the chart, man. You see ra, right? It's like right there. Now, of course, we're using the ancient Hebrew, aratazah, which means what you said meant.
It means earth.
Now, this is for people who just started off, because a lot of people, it helps. I kind of use the words similar so you can grasp your notes. There's a time to build a vocabulary, but right now I'm just trying to make a point so you can understand how we use and I, which are strong. I will call them continuing words, continuing vowel sounds, if you want to call them, or sets of sounds that occur in the Hebrew language. That's what you want to call it, right? Ra, and then we use, what's that? Tazah, right?
Tazah.
I mean, I can make it look a little different, but that's pretty much what it looks like, right? Aratazah. And of course, we have single connectors. And they call those individual connectors, they're called individual connectors, right?
Hong Kong.
Is that what we call them?
Independent.
Independent connectors.
Right. Hong Kong.
Same thing,
Right.
independent. Because they make the sound of a character sounds independent of itself or individual of itself. Same thing, right?
Right.
So everybody understands. So if I use a word like Zerai, what does Zerai mean? See if you remember this.
It means seed.
It means what?
It means seed.
Yeah. It means seed, right?
Okay.
Clap it up for all this, man. He came a long way. You know what that means? And then what is that? What do you mean, seed? What is that? Okay. This is like an introduction. This is a preamble to the class for people who are just starting out.
Okay.
You know, Zerai means what?
It means seed, and that's talking about like your
It means seed, doesn't it?
okay.
What kind of seed? I mean, you got many seeds.
Talking about the chaps.
Yeah, it's
Talking about
also
kids.
sort of a seed that grows in the ground.
Okay.
You got a seed that a man has.
Right.
Okay? So, and the seed is planted into the ground of the earth. You can also have a seed where the man plants it into a woman.
Right.
That's what that is. That's what that would be called Sarai, seed. Okay? So if I were to use that, I would call it like this. Za. And of course, Hebrew is written from right to left, as you notice. Right to left. So we say za, then we say ra, right? Then we say what? I. And there's that I right there. Okay? I made that underline that right there. I'm sorry. So we say za, that independent connector.
Come.
So what would this one be?
Dependent connect.
Why?
Because the rye depends on the I. I mean, the raw depends on the I.
To do what? Depends on why they need to depend on each other right now.
Because the za is, that the za has its own sound, so that raw has to depend on the I to get Zarai. Because if you don't do it that way, then it'll be Zarai. So that's why you.
Yeah, it'll be Zarai, right? So we drop the R. So we're gonna in this case, because I've seen some was Zarai,
Right.
but this case is Zarai.
Right.
So we make this sound, well, the R and I sound together, and then come up with Rai, right? Zarai means seed, right?
Right.
So everyone understands that? If anybody chat that doesn't understand, they can put that out there. Always use these illustrations because they're simple, to the point. But you get the point. It's an illustration of how we use our Hebrew chart over there. The Israelites do universal practical knowledge. When we have people just starting out, our sisters and our brothers starting out, we have our young men and our troopers and our sisters that start out. They learn, and some of them have been there for a while, whatever, but we teach them how you use the sounds. Because off of those sounds, now I can build words, right?
Right.
And I have to know how to do that. And of course, in Hebrew, of course, this is ancient now. If I was going to do Syrian, I remember one time ago, a girl called. She was in class, said, "When y'all gonna do the Syrian Hebrew?" I said, "Lord have mercy. I'm gonna wash my hands if I can't get this Syrian Hebrew." I said, "Wash them. Make sure you use some clean ass soap." Look, we use Assyrian all the time.
Right.
Every time we use ancient, the Assyrian can be transliterated from it. And right now, Mary used the Assyrian. She thought it was something magic about it. But if she was paying attention in class, they would understand, right?
Right.
What hell? I mean, go find somebody that can teach you Assyrian, right?
Right.
So Assyrian. So we will use Assyrian. Write these out for me if you don't mind. I ain't gonna work too much class. I'll do most of the work. But I want you to do earth and write it up there because there ain't no real room down there. Over there. And Assyrian, right? Aratazah. Right, Aratazah. Yeah, that's all you gotta do is look at the word. And look at what you got up there. There you go. So he's writing it out just like he's using the chart. All you have to do is refer to your chart until after a while you get kind of used to it. You get comfortable. I know when I first started out, people want to make a contest out of how fast or do I use the chart or not. I don't care if you use the chart. Give a damn if you use the chart. I don't care how fast you do it. Just finish it before class is over. I don't care if you look at the chart. Who cares? All right, go ahead. But all I want you to do is to memorize it, because that's my job, is to try to teach you the Hebrew. So you guys, as people check in the class, because we got some more things to go over in class. So we get people in class, we get people to. What you got there? What is that? Why is that looking like that? That can't be a tazah. What is that? Make it look. I didn't even have it wrong. That's wrong right there. Matter of fact, change what I got. Change what I change that to Zal there. Make that a straight line in the Z at the top. No one catching. You're supposed to be catching them. No, that ain't right. That's a Syrian right there. right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wrote it down inadvertently. Just there you go. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Now put the correct one up there, and put and be cognizant of the five ending characters. Remember,
Oh yeah, yes. Like, yeah.
that's what you got to remember. Anytime you're doing a serial, you got to think ending characters. Okay, that's close enough. Okay, so that's a ratazah, right? That's how it looks. That is a serial, right? So if I see that word there, it's a knot, and I see somebody write it, and I see it. If they wrote it wrong, I would look at it. It would take me a while to look and see what they're done. But if you translate it properly on the board or in a book, you can read it real quickly. You will have to decipher what mistake I made, like I made a mistake right there. Okay, so go ahead and write Zerai. You can write it up under or wherever you want to write it. Yeah. That's not bad. I mean, at the top, like about a roof line, it's too long. I mean, it's shorten some. They gotta be that long. Yeah, something like that. All right. No, that ain't it.
Oh, that's a song.
That's a saw, but we don't need a saw. What do we need? Okay. Yeah, I can talk about it. See, I know what that is. Okay. And that looks a little different, but I do know what they are. For the sake of when we do something in class, we're trying to get it to look the same. Okay? We're trying to make it look exactly the same so people can understand. Here, like sorry. Matter of fact, let me make this eye right here look a little bit more approving, right? The reason why I said that is because people are looking at you and me to see the correct way to do it, right? Something like this, right? And then you like that. Aren't they looking at that? Huh? No, I'm just saying that's how they're looking at it. I mean, it's nothing. It's really hard because you got it. Okay. Let me draw a little longer there. There you go. Like that. Now they look alike. Don't. And that's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve how they look. We're trying to achieve how they look. The same. So what is that word? In Assyrian. So if you're out there in the what we're trying to do is teach you Hebrew, the Hebrew chart, you'll see some similarities there and things will start to look alike, right? Okay, so everybody got it, right? Okay, so we'll go ahead and erase this. Yeah, go ahead. Both erase there. Okay. We're understanding it now. We're gonna put some more words up here on the board. We're gonna get into we're gonna get into before we get into some more things in class. Let's just put some vocabulary up there so people can see. All right. Add this to your vocabulary, right? As a matter of fact, I don't see people in class, but let's put some interrogative words up there. I'll put some up there. Interrogative. Like if you want to use a word like what. If I want to say what, how would I say what? When you want to ask a question, you would say what. You know, like if you learn in elementary school or high school or whatever, usually you use these, I think, in the 6th grade, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Something like that, right?
Oh, kind
I want to use the word what? Okay. Uh, and what? It's a word called a ma'ah. Sometimes you'll see that in the Tanakh, right? Ma'ah. Okay? And you'll see ma, right? And then you have, what are we doing? Oh, I'm going to do it in the Syria again. And then you have ha, right? And you make sure we leave that space in there, just like that. Something like that, right? I'm trying to make it look like that. Does that look like the board to you?
of say yeah.
Close, ain't it?
Right.
Something like that,
Oh, kind
right? So, sort of like that. So ma'ah, that is these are interrogative words that we use to form and create like a question, right?
Right.
So we call them I think I spelled that right. Don't hurt me if I do. Interrogative, like interrogating. Use the word interrogate.
Kind.
Like from a word, I believe it's Latin. From the word interrogate.
Right.
Or interrogative. That's what I'm saying. In other words, what did you do? Right? So we did this in a series, so we'll sit up here and do it now. And for the sake of people saying, oh, you don't teach ancient Hebrew. All right, now we'll teach ancient Hebrew, right? So because we have people that you ain't teaching Assyrian. And all right, I can do both at the same time, right? So let's do both at the same time. That's an M, isn't it? Right? So we have Maha. You may see all this?
Kind say yeah.
Maha. Right? Maha. Ma. We say Maha. So we use 1, 2. That's how I say the word. The teacher, the person that's teaching you, is going to tell you what kind of connectors you use. You don't like it? Use your own connectors. I don't care how you say it, because look what we got in the South. We got people in the South can't even speak.
Right.
Right? If you don't believe that, look at the word nigger. I mean, that's what it is. I'm just telling you. The word is spelled Niger or Niger. It means black, right?
Right.
But some people spell it Nigger. Just tell me how it is. That's an educated lesson there. It's not something that I'm trying to talk against or say. I'm just telling you that's how it sounds. That's what people did in class. In this case, the teacher. In this case, is me today. Ma'ah. Instead of saying ma, I say ma'ah. Maha. Okay? And sometimes you can say ma. You can join them together. Depends on how you want to make it sound, right?
Right.
What's that? What's this word mean? It means what? What is it asking you? What? What are you doing? Right?
Right.
Okay. So everybody understand that? I'm going back. I should teach like this a year ago. But I'm having to teach it over again because we have new people in class, right? We have new people in class. Still got people. Okay. So we use a word like where. Still asking an interrogative statement question here. I'm sorry. question, not statement, right? So we use a word like aha, ayah. We say ah, ya, ah, ya. Fair enough?
Okay.
That's how you know when a person's asking a question, man. It'll come across through an interrogative word. Where? Ah, ya. So we want to say ah. Using Assyrian, we're back to the Assyrian. All those people who want to get some Assyrian talk to them. Just use the correct chart. That's all you got to do, man. Right? Am I right? You are.
Right.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. Just use the right chart.
Like it, sir. We got sister.
Who we
I
got?
might say her name wrong. Azariah.
Azariah.
Come.
Who's that?
I mean, yeah. Is it Azariah?
Isra?
Azariah. So like
Isra. That's
Sister
the older
Isra.
sister Kim, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
Isra.
Azariah. So like
Isra. Or Yaza. Isra.
right.
I say Isra. Isra. That makes sense?
Come.
Good. Right, let's clap it up for people that joined the class, man. She's coming back from somewhere over there on a trip, right? The Icewood, right?
Come.
Okay. So we have, oh yeah, I'm sorry. And then we say ha. We say ha. So, ya. Ah, ya. You can almost break that down to look like this, right? Ah, right? And then you can say ya. Something like that. Then we gotta do a ha. And we have to say like this. I mean, when I first started, I can't remember the guy. One of the brothers came out and said, "Oh, kind of crooked, ain't it?" He say, "This line right here ain't straight." As if there's something up there different that looks different than this. So, but you're supposed to make things straight, right? Like this. Okay? I got that right? And then he said, this line right here is bigger than that line. That line bigger than that line. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
If I made them all the same, will it matter? Is there any other sound that looks like that? No. So it don't matter if I had this. It doesn't. They still look the same.
Right.
Just like black people when they talk. I say where? How do you say where?
Ayah. Oh,
Where? How would you say it?
Ayah.
But how would you say it in English?
Oh. I'll say
Where?
well, yeah.
Okay, all right, here. Let me give you a for instance. This is well.
Right.
This is where. I'm being facetious and utterly ridiculous to see that if I say well and where, they sound the same,
Right.
except for a little variation in what we call that a draw, southern draw or northern draw, eastern or California talk or whatever. But you understand, you get the point, right?
Okay.
So then we put the ah, then we have to join these together now. Am I right?
Right.
Y'all got that? Ah, ya. Where? Interrogative. And what is an interrogative word again? Interrogation, man.
Okay.
Latin, I believe. Look that up. Oh, did you find Deuteronomy 7 and 6?
Yeah, I got it. Concept.
Okay, I read that loud and clear, Bob Kushab. So to let you know that that's what this is how you know that Lashawan Qadash class was only meant for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Why? Why was it? Why was it meant for only us? Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Right.
For thou art a holy people.
Because we are holy people. And a holy people speaks what?
The
Lashawan Qadash. Qadash means what?
Means holy.
And read that again, Bob Kushab.
For thou art an holy people.
Because we're holy people, we get privy to a holy language, right? Finish reading.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Until the Most High in the sky. Until the Most High, heaven and earth. That's the Lord, man. Right? Read.
Like the Lord thy God has chosen thee.
He's chosen us, man. He chosen who? Chosen Israel, right?
Come.
To be a what?
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people.
To be a Qadash. I'll write the word on the board here. To be a Qadash. Right? To be a Qadash. I'm kind of putting that word by itself there. That's what holy means. Separate. To separate yourself from anything. Finish reading.
To be a special people unto himself.
Unto himself. The Most High's got favorites. And he called the 12 tribes of Israel his special people. Right? And he gave us a holy language. Go ahead.
Above all the people that are on the face of the earth.
All the people on the face of the earth, man. You know, they had to learn what Adam gave them. They had to learn. See, all the land spoke Hebrew at once. The Most High gave that. Adam was chosen to lead us.
Right.
That's why all we are the progenitor of what Adam gave us. Right.
Right.
Now all of us come of Adam. Right.
Right.
All of us in one spoke Hebrew. Right.
Right.
But the Hebrew, the Most High gave that language to his chosen people. Because we were his first chosen people.
Right.
We were. And we're the only chosen people that he's chosen.
Right.
So we got something going on there. We're the first and we're the only chosen people.
Right.
Above, right? We all come of Adam, don't we?
Come.
But the Most High, does he care whether or not, does he even care about that?
Hell no.
He don't care.
It's like said about me, he said they are unto spittle.
They what?
Yeah.
They like spittle, man. So he doesn't care. So he doesn't care if you even pay attention to this lesson that we're teaching up here.
Right.
See, Esau was given something and his birthright, and he threw it away. Now he's mad, right?
Right.
He angry. So anyway, we are the Qadash. We're the holy people. That's what I was saying. If you got any more on that?
Last, that's it on that.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. The Most High gave us the holy language, the holy tongue. So when we use words like where, we ask questions. The Most High said, when he was saying, Adam, Adam, where art thou? He was saying, Ayah. Ayah. Where? Where you at? Where you at, Adam? Right?
Right.
Adamah. Where you at, Adam? That's what he was saying. Adam, where you at, man? In other words, Adam had been himself so low, he had stooped low. So where you at? Look where you at now. Right? And the Lord saw him. This had nothing to do with that, but look at the fallen state. That's what he's trying to say, right?
Right.
So, where? Interrogative word, right? Ayah. We got it? So what's this right here? Assyrian?
Come.
And that's what? Ancient
Ancient.
Hebrew? All right. Does everybody understand that? Any questions on that?
Last.
Huh?
Last. Ain't no question.
All right. Good. All right. Let's move on to a few more before I get into a deeper into the lesson here. About words and all right. Let's use some more interrogative word. What's another one, man? Wind, right? We'll say wind. teaches you, man. You want to ask a question, you need to make some of these interrogatives happen, right? Right?
Right.
So when? So we say matah, mathya. So we say math, right? Mathya. Got it? So what does that say?
Mafia.
Math. And then we have a little flying bird looking thing up here. And you guys have any questions here, like why are things built the way they are? I'm just going to refer you back to the chart, really, to be honest with you. But that's what it is. Mafia. Can they see that?
On concept, yeah, I can see.
Okay. Mafia, right? Okay. Mafia. See, we got that spelled right? Mafia. Or we say maf, right? And we say and we make that join together now. Maf, right? Then we say ya. By itself. That's how you correctly pronounce that word. It's one of the few words that I can tell what it is, Liyar, in Assyrian, as well as ancient, right?
Right.
So we say math. What is this again? Well, these are connectors. An upside down U. A regular U looking. This looks like a U because that's what it is. But it's also called a what? Dependent connector, right? A dependent connector. When you connect these two sounds, depend, right? So we say mafia. Yeah. Okay? Mafia. Okay? Mafia. All right? When? What is it saying now? Mafia is saying when. What is that? Like when you gonna do that, man? When you gonna do that for me? So when in this language, in the English language, don't have too many different variations of how you say it, right?
Right.
When, right? We may use some different, as they say, different words that the black man may say. But when is when? We gonna do it, man. It's kind of like everybody said that, right?
Right.
When, right? And that's how you spell it. Any questions out there in the audience, man?
Loud, sir. Now.
Everybody understand that? And of course, this is Assyrian. Write that down in your notes. I'm taking the time, interrogative. After all these, man, you can do this right here. You can just put a question mark there because it's asking you when. When are you gonna do it, man? You know, tired of you waiting. When is it gonna happen? Right? So we've used what, where, and now when, right? I'm assuming people, you writing this down too, Andrea.
Yeah. Okay.
You should be taking these notes on these so you'll have them, right? So that's what you want. Hope people see that. Because you won't see this for a while. I don't write stuff down every day the same. I always do different classes. so you can refer to your notes. That's what it's for. You know, it's for blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, native people of this land who were here before anybody. They were speaking Hebrew before anybody, right?
Right.
Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. So we're gonna use another one. We're gonna call it Maya or Who, right? Who. That's how. I mean, if we were like speaking a whole other language, you know, it would be different. But that's what American language speak. They say who, don't they?
Right.
And they say what? Maya. They use a word. It looks like this. Ma. Ya. Maya. Right? And so we would look at that word like this. Ma. Right? Then we would say Ya. And just in case, people out there, you saying, man, there's so many ah sounds here, yeah? Because ma has an ah, ya has an ah. So Maya. It's the way it is. I can't stop it no more than it is. And that's Assyrian, right?
Yeah.
But I got at least some people that want to see both transliterations, right? Say, teach me some Assyrian. Well, there's your Assyrian right there. Maya, who? All right, let's give another one. Let's give it. Let's give the ancient on that. That's an M right there, on ma, right? And then we say Maya. So we say Ma Ya. Some people I've seen use this, Maya, but I don't, because I hear two sounds. I hear Ma and Ya. I don't hear Maya. I don't hear that. So this is how I say it. Maya. Everyone see that? What connector is that?
Independent.
Yeah, what connector is that?
Independent.
And that's why we say what?
Maya.
Maya. It's who? Who did it? Maya. Like just asking a question, right? It's you asked them another interrogation. That's where the word comes from. Interrogative. Interrogation. Look that word up, man. Look up interrogative. See where the root word comes from. Let's make sure. Interrogative.
Is that a G or a
That's a G.
Q?
That's a G, I'm sorry. Interrogative. I don't know if it's two G's, I think it's one.
It's
Read that.
it's two R's.
Two R's, yeah, that's good. Yeah,
So
that's very possible. Read right here.
it says having or conveying this force of a question.
Yeah, question, right? That's what we're doing. Go ahead.
Right. That's it. It just says questioning or inquiry.
Inquiry.
Come.
That's the same thing. Now look up interrogation. The word interrogation. Should see a root word down in there somewhere.
Yeah, it says
What's the root word?
for inquiry, inquiring. It says investigative.
Investigative. That's what did I say? And what did I say? It's like an investigation, right? You're interrogating somebody, right?
Right.
What else?
Intrigue. Inquisitive.
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 Okay, does it have a word, like it have something where the root word where they come from?
Let me see. Says okay. The origin it says
That's what I
it
want.
says Latin.
Latin. That's what I thought. Go ahead.
This says yeah. It just says Latin. Yeah. It says
Interrogio or something.
Common Con. So yeah, it's an interrogative
Interrogative.
and interrogativist something like that.
I know. That's Latin. It's a Latin word. That's what I know.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
But that's it.
And what does it mean?
It means
Question.
yeah. Questioning or inquiring.
Huh?
Inquiring of
And that's
question.
exactly what all these words are doing.
Right.
So that's how I know interrogative words are interrogation words,
Right.
or questioning words. Interrogo, Latin. For who, what, when, why, where. You ever been in an interrogation room, you'll understand.
Right.
Where were you at, man? Who are you? Who were you with, man? Why were you with? We ain't get to why yet.
Lie, so we ain't get
We'll get to that one next. But that's what we talk about. What, where, when, who, and why. Interrogation words, and that's how you would say that. You say, who did it? You say, Maya. That's what you're saying, right? Who did it? He would say, where? Aya. I mean, that's what you're saying. That would be in my Kazakh Shapar loud voice too, man, right? You're interrogation, right? You don't go around saying, Maya. You loud, right? You got a loud sound, right?
Right.
You don't got a real light, crispy sound. You want to hear my damn loud sound? I can give you a loud sound, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I can say, Maya. Aya. Isn't that kind of loud? I talk like that, it's like interrogation, right?
Right.
In other words, that's what you're saying right there. Interrogative, man. I kind of brought it home so you'll understand the difference, right?
Come.
Okay. Anybody got any questions in the chat?
Lie, sir.
All right. Let's give them something to do there, House. Oh no, we got one more. Let's see. I'm sorry. We got why, right?
Come.
Matter why. Why? Why'd you do it, man? Or I say ma, da, why? All right. Madua. Right? Madua. Ma, da, why? So we say da, ma. Ma, da. And we say why? Like this. Oops. There it is. Why? Of course, we have to set it also transliterated out. We have to put that in ancient Hebrew, and that's what this is. This is Syrian on top, ancient on the bottom here. Ma, da, it would say wa, why? Yeah, that's what it is over there. Then we say I. So we say ma, da, then we put a dependent connector there to join why. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
Ma, da, why?
758.
Yeah. Ma, da, why? Okay? So we have independent sound. Ma, da. Independent sound. Then we have a Y. Sounds like it could be, sounds funny. I can just be one Y by itself.
Yeah.
But it's joining two together. Wa and I. Why? Madawai. Why? Almost like that's where you get the word from. Madawai.
Right.
People copy off us, man. You know, that's
Right.
what these words. Madawai. Madawai. Like why?
Right.
Madawai. So that's what the word really sounds like. If you hear it in Hebrew. Madawai. Madawai. That's what you're saying in Hebrew, right?
Right.
You say, Madawai. You're saying why? So if everybody got that, any more questions in there?
Live.
Okay. All right, let's get into something else. Let's get into letting people there participate in class a little bit more, because I know they sit down probably half yayan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, well I don't know. We should have a Lakamawana class. We have Parabah. We have who else? Who else? Sister Shiraz, Sister Labaya.
Right.
Some more sisters, man. Sister Raya. Officer Ratazak. We have a few people that's not checked in yet,
Right.
but it may be because they're working, right? I don't know. So let's sound some things out. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's get into class. Let's see if we can get you guys a little more participant over here instead of me teaching something here. Right? If I was to say, how would you say, if I was to say, what is this word right here? I'm going to get you guys to see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's do this right here. Right there. And then I would say, I want you guys to transliterate this for me. Tell me what this is. Tell me what that is. If y'all still in the chat out there, take the time, break it down. Tell me what that word is. Tell me what this word is. This one first and that one second. Put them together. Tell me what we got. Now we'll get into the crux of the class. Right? See how well you guys have paid attention to class and the chart and the how we do connectors, and sound these words out, man. Sound out. I mean, what is that? 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 Got two things that look the same up here. Right? And of course, we're doing this in ancient Hebrew.
Right.
So, what does this say? You read Hebrew from right to left. I remember when I first came here, I had people reading Hebrew from left to right. And they would come back with some backwards mirror words, man. Right. It looked like, for the funny part about it, they were right, but it was backwards.
Right.
Might as well be wrong. But all you got to do there is turn it around. In the chat, you guys take the time, right? What we got? What we got?
Nothing yet.
know people out there. They ain't checked in yet, but I know they're out there.
I'll answer. I don't guess.
You want to answer something up there?
Yeah.
Somebody ain't did it yet?
Yeah, they ain't answer.
Yeah, we got a lot of people who don't have our put the foot on the pedal yet, do we?
Yeah.
We got a few people that go after this stuff fast, man.
Right.
You know, they don't guess at it. They just because all they've been doing this now for a couple of years, and I've been teaching class. But anyway, what you got?
That first one is Bakar.
Spell it.
Okay, so it's BACHAAR.
B-A?
BA. Oh, yeah. BACH.
Just remember, everything that you see comes right off the board.
How come?
Nothing in between.
Right.
So how would you say that word? Like this?
Ka.
Well, then say it just like it's written. Or write it just like you said.
Right. And then that R at the end.
Okay, there you go. Now what? Bakar. Now we're getting into the lesson, right? This is what the lesson says. We ain't got none of those kick me out people in the class, do we?
Lots of
We must have scared them off then. Because in here, you got to be serious in class, man. Sit down and learn. I don't care if there's one person in class. I appreciate the people that's in class. Matter of fact, clap it up for people in class, man. But I definitely don't like people who are distracting the class because I want other people to learn here in ISUPK, right? Home with the truth, man. Because I know we get all kinds of people coming here and copy off of us, man, trying to learn something. Then taking it back to their camps, right?
Right.
As long as you're not disrupting the class, hey, we prefer that you get in the class. Because you can't ask the questions that you need if you ain't in class. You don't even, unless you think I do that good of a job. What else we got in here? What's this word say now? What's the other part of the translation?
Akkad.
Akkad, spell it.
ACH.
What about the H?
Oh, it's like AH. CHAAD.
Akkad, right?
Right.
What does that mean?
Number one.
Yeah, that's right. One means one. But what's the other part of it? That means one.
Okay.
So what does that mean? What do you think it means? It's hard to say, right?
Okay.
So we'll say, how about this word? This is what it means. Okay, everybody that we know.
Oh, choose.
Choose one, man. You know that word that we used for purple pig last time?
Okay.
Come on, say good night. But that's what that means. In other words, so what are we doing? We're doing numbers and words, right? We're combining them, aren't we?
Right.
So that's the lesson. Numbers and words. Choose one, right? Right? That's
Okay.
what we're saying.
Right.
Does everybody get that? Bakar, Akkad. Choose one.
Right.
But that's how you would talk if you were talking in Hebrew. Right?
Right.
We don't need interrogative anymore, do we?
No.
So fully erase that. So, Well, I'll write this in, let me see. Ba. I was going to write this in Assyrian, right?
Right.
Ba. Then I write a ka, don't I?
Right.
So I'm going to say, hope I got enough room. There it is. That's Assyrian, right? Over here, then I got to write right? And I got to write right? Did I do that right? This ain't right. Why you tell me?
Or the rock.
Yeah. How about that?
Right.
You ain't telling me, man.
Like.
Yeah. Come on now. Now I need to stop. This I thought I was looking up there, but I was looking down there. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
I was looking here to there and there to here. Got that wrong. Anyway, Bakar, Akkad. Okay? What does it mean again?
Choose one.
Choose one, right? Choose one. That's what it means. Choose one, okay? Y'all got that?
Okay.
All right. Yeah, they probably got some yarn right there. Right?
All right.
Like it's gonna be me and you then, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's all right. People may be, and they may be cooking dinner for their rib, right?
Right.
Ain't no telling that. Right? Drinking wine, drinking water. How you say wine in Hebrew?
Yeah.
Yayan. Right? All right, let's get another word up here. See if we get people. Right? Let's see, what was I gonna write up here? You know, yeah, Okay. See if we can get people transliterate what this is. We used to have people transliterating here, so we have people in class. We give you time to look at it. All you got to do really, and it's listen. There's not a right or wrong answer to it. And when you're a beginner like that, all we're doing, asking you to do is look on the chart and write down the characters that fit these characters that we have on the board. We're giving you the breakdown on it, giving it to you. All you have to do is write that down. And then write down the whether they're a single sound or sound that joins together, right? And those are words, and we call them the upside down U would be, what's that? Independent connector.
Yeah,
And then this is a dependent connector. Right. So we give you the connectors and everything. So write them down. Write down on a piece of paper what these mean. What do you think? What's the transliteration for these words here? And keep in mind, that's what we're doing in class today, and it'll go out over the air as a class that we learn words and numbers, right? And interrogative words, right? So we've learned quite a bit of information in class today if you pay attention to it, right? If people pay attention to class. Okay? We'll give you some time right there. We'll give you some time.
8:16.
Okay. We got time for a few more. We'll give you some time. Yeah. A lot of people at work too. Yeah. And I'm thinking it's one of those kind of classes where we really don't get a whole lot of participation. I may have to save it for next week.
Right.
I may go over something different. I used to do that. But anyway, that's where we are. We got to transliterate. What is this? At least write it out first, then we'll decipher what it is through transliteration. We'll figure out, at least tell me in English. You got to tell me in English what this is. This is how you transliterate something. I write it down. You read it from right to left. Or, I mean, I can put this on the same line. You think that'll help?
Yeah, you can do that.
If I put this on the same line, we put the two words here. If I put it on the same line, that may help. Right? That may help. There we go. Now that's better. That might help people at home. That is like that first sentence I said, choose one, bakar khan. That's actually a sentence. Choose one. Right? You're asking something. Right? In other words, these are directions. So far, that's what we're doing, right? So far, the first one was a direction. This is a direction too. When I say choose one, that's a direction. Not like. In other words, it's like giving you an order. Giving you an order, right?
Right.
Anything? Anybody else?
Okay.
right? Okay, what you got? You ready for it?
Okay.
I know you got it now, you so will you. Right? Talk to me, what we got?
Alright, so the first one is Kawa. I'm
Say it again. Like this.
Kawa.
Oops. Kawa.
Kawa.
Like this.
Yeah, kind of.
Right?
And
Like the saying Kawa.
compound.
Okay, what we got over here?
Shanya.
Yeah. Very good. You used to say this was hard, didn't you?
Yeah,
And it's easy now, isn't it?
compound.
Why is it easy?
Uh, Repetition. Keep.
Repetition. Clap it up. Repetition, doing something over and over again. Studying this chart over and over again. How else you think you're going to learn Hebrew? How'd you learn English? Right? I mean, so what does this say? Kawa, Shenya. What is Shenya?
It's one of the numbers of
All right, go ahead. See? Go over the numbers. Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, right?
Says two.
Huh?
Says two.
Arabai, what is it? 2?
Two.
So this is 2. See right there? What about Kawa? I got it right here. How about this? I mean, it'd be kind of hard. How about that? So what was the first one? Choose one.
Right.
Gather 2. Right?
Compound.
So we're using words and numbers together to make a direction.
Right.
Or order.
Right.
Gather 2 of them.
Compound.
Gather 2 sticks, gather 2 whatever.
Right.
Choose one. So if you want to say a cod, right? You want to, what did I say?
Car.
Bakar cod, I'm sorry. Choose one. And if I want to say Kwawa Shanya, it means gather 2.
Right.
Right? So that makes sense to you? That makes, I mean, it's like, come up here and put the Assyrian up there for me. There you are, if you don't mind. Put it right above there. Put the Assyrian up there, man. It's right in front of you. Bring it a little closer there. Before you drop it down. Yeah. Closer down there. That's good enough right there. That's you know what that is. Wow. What's next? Wow. Wow. But there again, we're using qua and a wa. Now we got to use a what? That's what's down there, right? to say Shanya, right? Take time to do that one right there. That's too big already. There you go. Small baby, remember? It's perfect right there. That's what you want right there. That's what you want. That's close to the chart right there, right? And as tall as the rest of them, but I'll accept that. There you go. There you go. Remember that's landing there, didn't you? That's good. Nothing wrong with that. See, I can tell when you look at that because it looks like the chart, right? Yeah, that's good enough. Got mine?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So Yar has written the. Yar has written the Hebrew for the Assyrian up here. Owa. Kind of like a tongue tangler. Owa. Owa Shanya. Right? So let's go over the first 10 of the numbers real quick here. Because we're learning the numbers in this, in words together. Thus, hence is what called the class name, right? The name of the class is that, right? Numbers of, what did I say, words?
It's
Throwing them together.
count the count
Count
the word.
We're counting, right?
Count.
So let's say Akkad,
Akkad, Yah,
Shalash,
Shalash,
Arabai.
Ai.
What is Arabai? 4, right?
4.
So we want to say Kamash, right?
Oh yeah, right.
For 5.
5.
Now what's next? 6, right? Shashah,
Shashal, right?
7. Shabbat, that's 8. Shama Wana,
Yeah, right.
what's 9? What I say, 8, right? Okay, yeah, 9. The Shah. And what's the last one? What's number 10? Ashara. Ashara, right? So those are the first 10. Because once you learn that everything, and you get used to that, because everything is hinged off of those, it's based off of those. It's when you count, when you use numbers, you have to at least remember the first 10. You ain't gonna do none of them. Correct. Let's put it that way. So we said Payah Shanya. Gather 2. Right?
Right.
So that's the basis of the lesson. Let's erase that. And let's do one more. What time do we have?
8:28.
Yeah, go ahead and erase that. We got time. Okay. All right, since we're on that, no one's they're in class, but they're too shy right now to talk about it. And that's I'm just gonna, right? All right, let's go ahead and put the numbers on the board since we're there, since we talked about it. Yeah. You can start right there. What you're writing right now is the first number, right? And put a 1 by there in English so people know what it is. That is the number 1. That's why we use Bakar Akkad. Bakar Akkad means choose one. So we use that. All right, what's the number 2? Since we're there, since we're on the numbers right there. All right. You're good at this, ain't you? All right, what's number 3? What you got there, soldier? You gotta spell it right, because the captain said we need 3 horses. So that means choose 3. Bakar, how you gonna say that to somebody? Bakar is choose, so how would you say 3? Before we said Bakar God, choose 1. Bakar Shanyab, choose 2, right? I think that's what it was. Akkad, Shanya, Shalash. That's all right. Shah, Shalash. All right. Now what's next? Always put that over there so we won't back and forth there. All right, number 4. Okay, so we said Bakar Shalash. I want 4. Bakar Shalash. Who? You close. Anytime you put an out here, always ask what after it? H. Because that's the sound. Arabah. All right, what's next? Here, just let that rest for a second.
No, Shabbat.
What's number 5?
Shabbat.
Uh-uh. How about Ka?
Come on.
Put it up there. All right, what's next? Who?
Shabbat.
Now you close. Start with an S though. 6 is what?
Shashat.
Shop. Right. Yeah, put a dot there so people can see. You don't have to, but it makes it look better, you know. I've been doing it for a while now. So let's go with what you got there. The first what? So I say Bakar Kad or Bakar. That means choose, right? Bakar Shanya, Bakar Shalash, Bakar Arabai, Bakar what?
March.
Bakar Shashab. And what's number 7?
This gotta be Shabbat.
Shabbat. Like Sabbath. Shabbat. Shabbat. Okay. All right, we're gonna have to get some room to the top now, right? All right, so we got choose one of those. Bakar Kad, Bakar Shanya, Bakar, choose. Shalash, right? That's 4. Arabai. Bakar, right? You get that word drum in your head. Bakar Kamash, Bakar Shashab, Bakar Shabbat. That means choose one of those, right? All right, what's next? What's 8? Shama Wana. Shama Wana. It's a hard word. Sha, just spell it just like I said. Ma, wa, na. Just don't worry about it. Don't erase it. Erase the one and bring it closer. Just erase that one then. We gotta go with it. It's nothing fancy here. Nah. Put an H on there. Yeah. Shamuel. Erase that one. Get that out of there. Just put it closer to A-R. Just put one there. Yeah, put a dot by it. You gotta use it close enough. Shamuel. Okay, that's 8, right? What be 9? What do you think 9 is? Talk to me. What is 9? We just said it, but hey. Okay. Bakar Shanya, Bakar Shalash, Bakar Arabai, Bakar Kamash, Bakar Shashab, Bakar Shabai. Right? Then choose one. Right? Choose 2, choose 3, choose 4, choose 5, choose 6, choose 7, Bakar Shabai, choose 7, right? And we're going to say, is anybody in class? I don't know. Who's that?
I mean, you got one viewer, but they don't say who it is.
Who is it? They don't say. They don't say who it is. Tell them to identify themselves. Kick them out of the class. We control this class. You don't know who it is?
No. Ain't nobody say nothing in the chat. We just got one viewer.
Oh, they don't say it. The viewer, they don't say who it is, right? Yeah, so. That's what I thought you had a viewer that you could not recognize, but you still can't really. I guess they get bold enough to look at it without putting their name down. They're getting cowardice. I'll get the Hebrew word for that in a second. What we got? But it may not. I don't mean that they're cowardice necessarily, but if you want them to put that word in there, they should. I mean, show their face so we can identify who we're talking to, right? Who's that? That's something. Is that in the picture there? Who's that?
Nobody. That was sister Yaizera. She when you had asked her about their trip, she said why.
That's me, Yaisa.
Yeah,
She said what?
she said that she went to.
Oh, why? Well, that's what I was asking you. Were there any comments?
Yeah.
All right. So number 9. Glad she went to Hawaii. That's a good trip. Sister Yaisa. Go ahead. What's 9? See, what do we not have up there? Start with a T. It's going to be one of those letters. I mean, one of those Hebrew characters. Start with a T. What starts with a T up there? Wow. That's what it is. You start something. A shot. I said it. Start with a T, right? Not magic. Right? The shot. There we go. All right. Now, what's the last one here? I have some more in numbering the names. I'll write it up there, but tell me what it is. What we got? What's the last one? Got it. Number 10. Right? Ashra. Islam. Okay? So that's what we got for class. Uh, get people to understand. Get people to understand what your what the Hebrew. So when we say bakar, we use that word as choose. So when we say bakar, akar, bakar, shanya, or shalash, that means choose one, choose two, choose three. Or we say gather. We say owa, right? That's two words you learn that go along with some sort of direction here, telling people in order, right? Right? You say bakar, or you use owa. That means one means choose, and the other one means together, right? Owa. Just like if you use gather yourself together, owa, or together, right? So we say if I say gather, I can say kowaka, choose and gather one of them. Well, that's gotta be two. So kowashanya, gather two. Something like that. Or bakar arabad, it means choose four. Depends on how you want to say it, right? Choose four. Or I can say kowa kamash, to gather five of them. Let's say bakar asharah, that means gather 10. Or kowa kowa lashai, gather 9. Or bakar shabbat, gather 7. Choose 7. Bakar shashah, choose 6. Got the idea? So those words bakar and kawash can be used interchangeably with these. It's a myriad of things you can do with those. But in this case, I choose to use them with what? Numbers and words, put them together to make a order or a directive or choose one, man. And what's the other thing we used? I said, interrogative words. So you learn that. And what does that mean? You learn that interrogation, interrogative. That word is interrogio, right? It means to what? Question, right? So if I use what, when, why, where, right? Those words, what I think was maya, right? Ma'a, ayah was where, right? Remember that? Okay. What was the other ones? Who, maya. And if I use madawai, you remember that one because it says why. Madawai. Those are interrogatives. So when people want to ask you a question, they're going to always use those words in Hebrew, right? Especially when you read them in the. We're going to read tomorrow. When we read the Hebrew tomorrow, you see words like that. That's why we go to words like that. Did you see the sim all the time? You see words like that in the Tanakh, right? And you'll see words that fit what we're saying even on the board and what we say in class, and interrogative words and vocabulary. You see all that, how it fits. And the more you learn in class, the more you learn to read the Hebrew. The more you learn to read the Hebrew, the more you learn to write the Hebrew, then the more you learn to read the Hebrew. That makes sense? Okay? What time we got?
8:44.
8:44 already. Got another minute or two. Do we have any questions in class? You got any questions? Officer? Yeah. You got that, you're learning, man. Learning that Hebrew right when you're young.
Okay.
It's the way it goes, man. What can you be doing better on a Friday night? That's why I say people come to class. I mean, I can make this thing to the point where you only learn in class. You can't even learn online, but they won't let me do that. Right? I want it so people can learn. Whether it be online, but you're going to learn better. Trust me, I guarantee you will learn better if you were in class here. So you can ask questions. If you sit there and you're not asking the proper question, or you don't see it, or it don't sink in until you make a concerted effort to be in class, man. That makes sense? And ISUPK, but we got some people viewing. But anyway, let's clap it up for class, right? Here, let me see that you're done with that right there. So what did you learn tonight? There you are. What's the things, just what we've learned in class? Interrogative words, that's right. That means, and what are those interrogative words? What do? They ask questions, don't they? Right. What, when, why, where, who, right? What else? Number and words, how we use them together. But car means what? Shoes, right? And war means together. Yeah. Right? Together or to choose. And we can use these words a lot. When we put these two together, it's more like a word of direction, right? A following order, right? Okay? All right? So we're going to end up class like that. So people can, because they we have a lot of people in class that are some of them beginners, right? Okay. So like I said, you got any questions? All right, go ahead. Turn the class over to Officer Nayar. Black reference, right? Go ahead, Nayar.
ISUPK security announcement. We are the ISUPK, start on the 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off duty for 6 months. They are to be saluted on. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother and sister will support each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. We can find this in Numbers chapter 18 through 21 and Malachi 3, 18 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives the treasury department or teaching. Priest fund. We will offer for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. They'll be the memorial blowing of the trumpets. The first day of the 7th month, Friday the 15th of September of this year. You can find this in Leviticus chapter 23 and 24 through 25. Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a troop in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, just go out and brothers and sisters. Right.
Shabbat. Monty. Rock. Yeah, how about shit? How shot rock gun? Sorry. Shabbat. Monty. Rock. How Shema Shai, Yasamatah means hands down. Class dismissed.